Hi Elvis.
Hi Claudia, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Since you are the hockey expert here in the office, there's another thing about hockey that I'd like to ask you about.
And what is that?
Well, after the Sharks won their game last night, I heard on the news and in the newspaper that the Sharks now have the best record in the NHL. When I looked at the records, that did not seem to be true.
What didn't seem right about it?
Well, the Sharks are 22 wins and 13 losses, while the Red Wings are 21 wins and 10 losses.
It doesn't matter how many wins and losses you have. What matters is points. And the Sharks' 44 points is more than the Red Wings' 42 points.
But the Sharks are only 9 games above 500 while the Red Wings are 11 games above 500.
That does not matter. All that matters is how many points they've earned.
And the Red Wings have a higher winning percentage than the Sharks. It seems to me that the Red Wings have a better record than the Sharks.
Well, that doesn't matter, especially since the Sharks have more points than the Red Wings.
How are points calculated?
2 points for a win and 1 point for an overtime loss.
What about regulation losses?
Those don't count as anything. You get 2 points for a win, 1 for an overtime loss, and you get no points for a regulation loss. See how simple it is?
So a regulation loss is the same amount of points as not playing.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Then what you are saying is the Sharks' record is better than the Red Wings' record because they have more points. Correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Let's say the Sharks were to lose 5 games to become 22 and 18 while the Red Wings did not play. If the Sharks get no points for losing, would their record be any worse after having lost 5 games than it was prior to losing those 5 games?
As I said, you get 0 points for losing, so the Sharks would still lead the Red Wings. That's the way teams are sorted in the standings.
Okay, so points determines who leads who in the standings. But I am not asking about that. I'm asking about who is the better record.
It is all determined by who has more points.
By that logic, if my team is 10 wins and 100 losses, while your team is 9 wins and 0 losses, then my team has a better record than your team. Do you realize how preposterous that is?
Well, that's impossible because one team cannot play 110 games.
Elvis, it is just an illustration. It seems to me that you avoid any issue.
No, I am not avoiding anything. You seem to be avoiding the primary issue, and that is teams are ranked by points earned, not by wins and not by losses.
Okay, earlier you said losses are worth 0 points. Correct?
Yes.
And you said that wins are worth 2 points. Correct?
Yes.
You're also saying that the best team is the one with the most points. Correct?
Yes, the more points you have, the better your team is.
So the Red Wings with 42 points and a record of 21 and 10 are no worse off than if they had a record of 21 and 0?
In each case they have 42 points. Since points is what matters, then you are correct. You get 0 points for a loss.
Do you realize how idiotic that sounds?
Well, you have to use points. You cannot use wins or losses.
Okay, since you don't seem to grasp what I'm getting at, let me present it differently. If you lose, you get 0 points. Correct?
Yes.
And if you don't play, you get 0 points.
Well, you cannot get any points unless you play a game.
Then how is a loss any different from not playing?
Well, you then have 1 less game remaining in which you can earn a point if you lose compared to not playing.
So then there is a detrimental value to losing a game?
Only that you can no longer earn any points in that game.
So those are lost opportunities which cannot be regained?
Correct.
Then are you still saying that the Sharks, at 22 wins and 13 lost opportunities to earn points, have a better record than the Red Wings, at 21 wins and 10 losses and only 10 lost opportunities to earn points?
Yes, the Sharks have the better record. The lost opportunities don't count in the standings.
Comparing the two records, the Sharks have 1 more win and 3 more losses than the Red Wings. Right?
Correct.
So what you're saying is the 1 extra win for the Sharks more than offsets the 3 extra losses.
That doesn't matter. All that matters is how many points you've earned.
Does the 1 extra win more than offset the 3 extra losses?
As I said, That's irrelevant. All that matters is points earned.
My gosh, you have a lot of empty space in your head. Yes or no, does the benefit of the one extra win for the Sharks more than offset the detriment of the 3 extra losses?
I cannot answer with a yes or no. I only know that it can be figured out very easily by using points. You are making this way too complicated.
Let's say that my team is 10 wins and 0 losses, while your team is 10 wins and 20 losses. If you go by points earned to determine better record, then our records are equally good. So why bother to count the losses?
As I said, they are lost opportunities.
Well, if the Sharks have 13 lost opportunities and the Red Wings have only 10 lost opportunities, aren't the Red Wings better off in the lost opportunities column?
That doesn't matter. All that matters is points earned.
Okay, Smartaholic. Let's try this. The Sharks go 25-25 in games which the Sharks wear black jerseys, while they go 20-0 in games in which they wear teal. You are the coach. Would you have them wear teal or would you have them wear black?
Well, it would depend on a lot of things.
It's obvious to me that you must get multiple orgasms out of evading the issue.
I am merely telling you how it is.
Okay, so in the NHL system a team which is 10-20 would be listed as tied with a team which is 10-0.
Well, it would be impossible for there to be such a discrepancy in games played, but yes, they would be tied.
In baseball and basketball, the 10-0 team would be listed ahead of the 10-20 team. In those sports, the detrimental value of the loss or the lost opportunity as you call it affects teams in the standings, more accurately reflecting how teams are performing.
But in hockey they use points.
Then why not give 1 point for winning, 0 for a tie and -1 for losing?
Because wins are worth 2 points, not 1.
Come on now. Please knock it off, you idiot. Why doesn't the NHL use a system in which the detrimental value of the loss will show up in the standings just as much as it is in baseball and basketball?
Once again, you are making this way too complicated. The NHL uses points.
By your logic, a team with a record of 10 wins and 100 losses has a better record than a team with a record of 9 wins and 0 losses. It's obvious you need a brain. Black Friday is coming up and I think I'll go shopping for a brain which we can't put in your head. See you later.